I found a note where I was trying to describe what reading the cards is like for me. And I said, it's like remembering a dream. It's there and then it disappears. And the state of mind you need is the same, to read the cards is the same as trying to get the dream back. Not really trying, just waiting with soft attention. I like that. The soft attention seems just about right. You know, if you're straining too hard, I mean, and the cards are just like, it's about anything we do that has that tinge of, you know, the special, the sacred, the poetic, the magical. Requires attention, yeah, but it's a soft attention, and it's that same, you know, when you wake up and the dream is sort of like right around the corner, you feel like you could just get at it. So it's being able to do that kind of thing when you're awake. And, you know, that sounds as tenuous to me as it probably does to you, but there's something about that. I can't, there's a word for that. Not liminal. Well, it's when you're just on the edge of sleep, or when you're in a trance state of some sort. It's awake, but not quite awake. And the door opens. The door opens. And there is the Page of Pentacles, which sort of surprised me. And it could be a surprising, you know, somebody showing up in person, or some kind of little proposal. Tell me more, tell me more. Ace of Cups. Well, it's a little offer, you know, a little tangible something, but it has this kind of energy behind it, Ace of Cups. Tell us more. What's the proposal? What's the lesson about love, or somebody showing up with a Hermit, Virgo energy, Earth energy. Well, the Virgo in Major Arcana is the 9 card. 9s often speak to the individual. And a Hermit energy is a solo, it's the spiritual quest that involves a period of isolation, in the sense of just withdrawal from other people's expectations. This could be the little expectation on the part of somebody. Because the energy of Hermit is sharing the knowledge. That somebody goes into isolation to get this sort of gemstone of understanding from the depths of their own being, and then to come back into the world as a teacher, and, you know, to shine the light for, you know, for the collective, basically. And here's somebody receiving the message. And it could be just receiving that sign, or little blessing from inside. You know, this is the big Gandalf, the wise one, the wise sage, Father Time. And this is sort of a pipsqueak. in terms of time, Pentacles speak to time, but this is a page. It's almost like a page out of your life or something like that. Is it this one? These two? Okay. Bottom of the deck is 9 of Cups. In that individual energy of the 9, this is something that makes this person happy. But it's jovial. It's party time. It's, you know, here's looking at you, kid. It's raising the cup. Under Page of Pentacles. So it's some kind of offer that's received that makes somebody very happy. It's perhaps an insight on the part of this earth energy person into the way they give and receive love. Because the hermit's quest can be solitary and lonely and a bit like out of touch. Pentacles are that earth energy is also that about touch and contact and 3D experience. Something to celebrate here. Ace of Cups, 9 of Cups, and 5 of Cups. The loss. I mean, we have, okay, and the last one is the Knight of Cups. So suddenly a whole lot of water energy. But this is like the celebration, and this is the sadness, the loss. Things are looking great. My heart is full. You know, I'm taking pleasure in life. You know, here's looking at you, and then somebody's perhaps missing that kind of jovial, the warmth of being with friends and family. And it's almost like praying for it to come back. You know, please, 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 please. Remembering somehow happier times, but it's also remembering the sadness of the loss of this. So it's letting your heart, you know, feel the full spectrum. I loved this, I lost this, please come back. And there it is, coming back. We're in retrograde, so that often speaks of returns or renewals or recommitment. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. Choosing happiness. There is a choice. And I'm supposed to take them right off the bottom here. We've got King of Cups on Knight of Cups. So this is, I mean, this is like very much about feelings and connection and love and choosing that, having experienced both. You know, the Hermit energy just can be considered a long time, something that takes a long time. But these two are just exact opposites. And maybe it's, you know, love each day as it comes along. Love the time we're allotted in small increments. And find at every, find at every opportunity the chance for love. Love will wax and wane. It's moon energy, it's cyclical. The cup fills, the cup empties. I was listening to I guess, a lecture, you'd say. I think it was Ram Dass, but the idea being that you know, we tend to you know, usually want to invite in the good stuff and keep out the bad stuff, and there's an awful lot of energy spent favoring one over the other. And you know, the idea was being floated that it's possible to sit not in a indifferent place, but with an understanding that there's always both, and you can't really welcome in the joy without allowing for the sadness too. But in comes Knight of Cups, King of Cups. Suddenly it seems like the prayer that this person is sending out. Please bring love back into my life, into my solitary life. And I found that human connection is, you know, part and parcel with spiritual enlightenment. That's the enlightenment of the Virgo, of the hermit character. I go into retreat, and what I discover is the sacred quality of connection. And it's right in my, it's in my bones, it's in my blood, it's something to celebrate. And I think it's, you know, this is basically like lean toward the light, choose happiness. You know, a world without sadness, a world without shadow, you know, good luck finding that here. So we have to learn how to balance these two. This is a card of balance in life, Pentacles energy. And I think it's, again, it's like accept love as it appears, you know, accept life as it shows, as it gives itself to you. Don't fight it. You know, here it is at the door. Okay. All right, we've got these two. First off, these two. Page of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. Wow. And on, that's interesting. On Hermit, the 9 card, 9 of Swords. So we have 9 of Cups, 9 of Swords. Couldn't be more different. High anxiety, fear, apprehension, up in the head, scary stuff. Remember I said remembering the dream? This is sort of like remembering the nightmare. I happen to have had one last night. I very rarely have nightmares, and this wasn't a full-blown nightmare, but it you know, there were bad people involved, kind of behind locked doors, and they were going to break through, and I was crawling out for my mother. But it's almost like in the darkness, the one true light. It's the, you know, it's sort of, listen, whatever Baba I was listening to was saying, go right into the fear. Don't think sword energy. My life is only about this, and I'm not going to look at anything else or try to understand anything else. Just like, you don't really need to understand it, but you need to acknowledge that this is part of life. We get scared in the dark, waking up from the bad dream. And there's help from our own inner self. Okay, tell us about this Ace of Cups. Okay. Five of Swords. Another sort of crap sword energy. Fives indicate the need for change, though. This can be a card of taking sides, of argument, of manipulation, misunderstanding. You know, it's the aftermath of a battle. You know, we've got the wounded people and the exhausted war horse, and this one, you know, it's the apparent victor who won the argument, the disagreement, the whatever. And it may be sort of like, I won the fight but lost the war. Somebody was battling the idea that they could be loved. I think that's it. They didn't think they were lovable. They didn't think they were enough. They were fighting that idea that, you know, there's an opportunity for me to be loved and for me to know love. And maybe all I've known to date was strife. Not all, but there'd been a lot of it. We have two fives here. Five of Swords, Five of Cups, both indicating the need for change and to move out of these challenging energies of, and it's almost like being, Five of Swords, being at war with yourself. It's really extremes, because we have Ten of Cups, this absolute, this is kind of heaven on earth bliss. And this is, you know, the battlefield. The nervous system ready to fight, flight, or flee. Somebody is mentally shook to their foundation. But it's still a very spiritual, you know, it isn't like we only get access to spirit through the good stuff. You know, when I'm in the field of flowers, or, you know, the snow is falling just so, and we get there through those routes. Well, sometimes we do, you know, routes. But sometimes it's through pain and hardship and fear and blah, blah, in that kind of darkest hour. It's sort of like reason to believe that that's possible. That life can gift us that kind of, you know, it's all about connection there. This is disconnect. So we find the divine both in our joy and in our sorrow, in our fear and in our, because this is also kind of a card of bravery. You know, there's the sword energy, fear. And there's the sword energy, I have something to fight for. Need for change. 2 5s is 10. 10 in major arcana is wheel. So, I mean, that's change. On 5 of Cups, Fool. We've been getting Fool a lot lately. I think it's a prayer, you know, let life catch me. I'm getting ready to just fling myself purposefully, but also kind of free, you know, without a real agenda, just a determination, one's energy to risk it. that life is full of strife and pain and sadness, also happiness, love, fulfillment, enlightenment, and that also it's all grist for the mill. We can learn as much from our sad heart as we can from our open heart, because open hearts, are going to, what was it? Waiting with soft attention. That's that softness of the cups energy. So tell us about this King of Cups. What's going on with them? King of Cups. King of Pentacles. We had Page of Pentacles as well. And Two of Pentacles. Again, this is the abundant one who has enough to care for other people, and they're the people who need the help. But I suspect that this person and their King of Pentacles energy values themselves, values their environment, knows that they can caretake other people, has as well been through times of abandonment, times of loneliness, of needing help, has been, on the receiving end and on the giving end of support. And we have Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, making love real. And Five of Pentacles, this card of deprivation or lack. And yet here's the opportunity for more, for abundance. And it's sort of it's not about money in this case. It's sort of like, almost like chi energy, the raw, natural gift, the gift of being alive. It's kind of like, welcome to the monkey house, welcome to the shit show. A little bit like that. Welcome to the shit show. And I think there's an instruction here, leap in, jump in. Our days are numbered, life is hard, things are risky, do it anyway. Live in love. And that's not to say it's about romantic love necessarily. I think it's about this wider, inclusive, love thy neighbor as thyself, as thyself. Aces speak to the self. Nines speak to the self. So it's, it is Nine of Cups. Make yourself happy. Accept the gift that life can give you, that it involves just this absolutely exquisite connection. This is where in 3D we get to delight in that. All things now living, unite in thanksgiving. It's a little bit like that. Okay? In this bountiful world, we help each other. We give and receive help. Four of Swords. Well, the sword energy that's been a bit challenging appears to be healing through a kind of, this is almost like that dream state I was talking about. In Nine of Swords, nightmare, in Four of Swords, the restorative rest. It's not actively thinking, worry. It's a bit of the surrender of, I'll lay down my weary head. I'll rest my weary bones. I'll regenerate. In that retrograde sense, I'll regenerate, I'll renew. Knight of Swords. Ready to fight another day? To fight, you know, in the sense of sort of like fight the good fight. Fight for your life. Fight for Ace of Swords. You know, the Knight of Cups, the Ace of Cups. The Knight of Swords, the Ace of Swords. This personal truth is sort of the engine. And I think that, you know, before that can happen, before this Knight of Swords can go forward with some kind of truth, they have to get their head straight. You know, they're in a kind of, that Four of Swords, you know, like, it's almost the fight, flight, freeze. But here, it's not really a freeze. It's a recuperation. It's a kind of a bit of a PTSD situation where somebody is taking the time out to adjust to peace and love in their life. Somebody here has really been through it. But that thing that they've been through that was so challenging has also been the, you know, led from sword knowledge, sort of cerebral, I'm right, you're wrong stuff, to the softer attention of the hermit. What does this mean to me? To me. So this is, it's like this is toggling back and forth between the individual and the collective. Earth and water. I don't feel like I've got a handle on this, but let's see. We got Four of Cups. That's that yearning for connection. I almost see like this person has survived this battle, perhaps an internal battle, you know, fighting with themselves, trying to make a decision or trying to decide what they think about something, maybe even like, why am I so afraid? Why am I so reactive? Five of Swords. I want to immediately assume this sort of battle stance. Why is this person, you know, what happened? I mean, we see the battle, we see the recovery, we see the person on the move with a message, with something to say, with a truth to tell. And the truth might be, I've yearned for this. Four of Cups. I held the vision of this Ace of Cups possibility. Queen of Pentacles. Somebody, I think, was missing their Queen of Pentacles. And I think maybe even something that they read, or because this person has the book here, it's almost like something that they read reminded them of this lost love, their regret. They feel like they lost their Queen of Pentacles. You know, I feel lovelorn, I feel lost, I feel empty, Five of Pentacles, without my Queen of Pentacles. And there was an opportunity here, and maybe this person, this masculine, feels like it slipped through their fingers somehow. Ten of Pentacles. Could have had it all. think it slipped through their fingers. I think they might have a hard time accepting that when it appears again, it's almost starting over. But not from nothing. This is an enormous possibility. And there's something both mystical about it, that's a huge stag, but also very real. It's Pentacles energy. Somebody's going to offer help, I think. And it's a giving and receiving. And I think it's between the King and the Queen of Pentacles. And I think the masculine felt like he'd missed somehow. I mean, he loved this person. Probably still does. Wants to make this love offer. Feels like it slipped through their fingers. And I think in some kind of dream state, their mind begins to knit it back together. They're rethinking things. I think they're realizing they have an opportunity, this Ace of Swords, to speak the truth. And it might be as simple as, I missed you so much. I've held the vision of you. It's very romantic. And again, this idea of the collective, Ace of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups. It's things that can go the distance and go from the personal, the Nine of Cups, to the group, Ten of Cups, the collective, the family, the value we get from each other. Pentacles speak to value, and this is like acknowledging in each and every one of us that Ace card. That valuable in our own lives, but also for the greater good. It's almost like recommitting to the greater good after some kind of divisive way of thinking about things, or somebody had a really bad attitude. I mean, it goes beyond bad attitude, but it is a mental state that needed healing, and evidently got it or is on the way. There's an opportunity for more. Somebody's now aligned with truth. And it basically, I think, is love over fear. Are you likely to get hip checked, hurt, or left lonely, or have your offer refused, or get into conflict with somebody when really you don't want to? But your mind kind of put, it's almost like, I mean, this is really stupid, but in the States we have Thanksgiving, and there's always this running commentary that we get together with family and everybody starts to fight. Everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got something to say. Everybody's poised to, for the argument. And I think and that's tomorrow in the States. I think there's a sense that, like, in advance of that, with that knowledge, sword energy, that it can go off the rails. Let's get peaceful going into it. As we come in, Knight of Swords, with something to say, it's like tempered steel. In the sense of, temper makes it stronger, but it's been tempered by our need for each other, our vulnerability. Listen, we can hurt each other, we can heal each other. We can miss each other, we can bring love to bear. We can make love real in our lives. We can do it. I'm looking for wands because that's sort of the do it card. And here it is. Aries energy. Do it. Take the risk. Begin. All these aces. Begin, begin, begin. And if you need to restart it, do so. But there is that admonition. You'll never escape if you're waiting for the life to be perfectly smooth. If you only learn from the good stuff, you're not getting the lesson. The truth is there's both. These are good cards. And change is happening. And it needs to happen. The fear needs to be, that darkness, that nightmare thing needs to be lit up by the unconscious mind. You know, if you're consciously like awake at night in a quaking, thinking, you know, there's shift gears. You're on a spiritual quest. We all are. And we're dependent on each other. Each of us must put in the effort. Ace of Pentacles. Fool. But there's something very communal about this. Love over fear. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Love you. And listen, I'm amazed that every once in a while, the algorithm or something bounces this far and wide. And I love that. It's suddenly connecting with people all over the world, that common, you know, that collective thing we're talking about. It might be Thanksgiving here on this part of the country, but that idea of the helping each other, breaking bread, helping those in need, and receiving the help in kind. As our foremothers and our forefathers did. Let's break bread. Let's make peace. I'll see you next time.